Hello, my name's Carl. This is the first time I've gone live, and I'll be going live every Wednesday, 7 a.m. EST, 9 p.m. AEST, and 4:30 p.m. IST, which is all the same time, by the way. And I wanted to support you guys in your twin flame journey by pulling some cards for you. I remember when I first started my twin flame journey, becoming aware of twin flames and walking that path, I did a lot. I spent a lot of time on YouTube, and I found a lot of comfort and reassurance and guidance there, particularly from card readings, which eventually led me to, my twin flame spiritual teachers, Jeff and Shalia. And thus far, I think YouTube is a great platform for card readings. So I've got the Archangel Michael deck today, and he's known as the right-hand man of God, so he supports twin flames. He's been very helpful on my twin flame journey during particularly tough times. And the Power of Surrender deck, which I like because it's very straightforward, and learning to surrender is a big lesson on the twin flame journey, because you need to learn how to surrender to love. You need to learn how to surrender to what love's calling you to do and let go of all of that control. So, yeah, whether you're watching this later, this is still going to be helpful for you because that's the intention I'm setting for the card reading. Whatever cards come up is for you in your twin flame journey today. And, if you enjoy it, you come back. I'm also answering questions as well, live Q&As. So let's see what the first card is for you today. Wow, surrender to non-action. That's a good card. Oh, there you go. Surrender to non-action. You can see how her eyes are closed, that she's like looking down into her heart. She's very centered. She's very focused on her intuition and her feelings and connecting with her heart. So I think a lot of people, when it comes to soulmates, to get a soulmate, right? Someone who isn't your twin flame, you got to put on a show. You got to dress up. You got to take action. You got to go out and get them. And in most cases, right, you got to go out and you got to keep showing up to the relationship so that that other person wants to be with you. And it's quite exhausting. That's why the twin flame journey is actually a really easy journey to be on, because it doesn't require you to put in all that effort into something that's eventually going to dissolve anyway, because it's not created in harmony. So anyway, what this card is saying is that's not how you approach your twin flame journey. The approach is very different. The cause of the separation between you and your twin flame is internal. It's a spiritual block, because you're already in spiritual harmony with your twin flame at the core. And that spiritual harmony results in physical harmony, right? As within, so without. And so if you're experiencing physical separation from your twin flame, it's because there's spiritual disharmony within yourself. And so this chick is well aware that the work that she needs to do is within her, and is within herself. She needs to go within, she needs to connect with God, and she needs to love herself. And the most effective tool I've found to heal yourself is with a tool called the mirror exercise. It does not involve a mirror. It does not involve affirmations into a mirror. It's actually a 4-step tool, reflective tool that helps you heal separation with your twin flame at the core. It's effectively what I use to heal and improve my relationship with my twin flame. And it's what I also use with my clients. And it works because it heals separation within yourself, healing separation with your twin flame. Same. Surrender to success. Oh, that's a very reassuring card. Look, I need to fix this camera. Like, all right, because it's like, I think I'm going one way, but I'm going the other. You see the mirror that we just talked about right there? That's no joke. I just shuffled those cards. You saw me shuffle them. The mirror exercise, people, learn it. The mirror exercise is going to lead you to success. And I think the card that's also coming, the message that's also coming through this card is, look, reassurance that, the deep reassurance that success with your twin flame is inevitable. And the spiritual reason for this is because you were created by God, by the universe, already in perfect harmony with your twin flame. And nothing can actually undo that. It's an illusion. It's, we've chosen to separate from God. We've chosen to act on free will. That's resulted in us exploring separation from God, ultimately separation from our twin flame. And this card is saying, hey, even though you chose to explore your free will, you chose to separate from your twin flame, you chose to separate from yourself, you wanted to explore what that would be like, you can't actually undo what was created by God in heaven. And so, yes, it is inevitable that you're going to return to your twin flame. But you don't, if you have that desire for your twin flame now, you don't want to be a plastic bag in the wind and wait for that to happen. You want to take action and actively healing the separation within yourself so that you can return to your union quicker, right? It would be pretty unloving to be aware that you can heal separation with your twin flame and you just chose to be a plastic bag in the wind and not doing anything about it. And if you chose that, your twin flame's going to mirror that back to you because you're one. But if you chose to heal separation, they're going to show you what you need to heal. And as you really commit to the healing journey and following through, they're going to start to harmonize with you in that place of healing because that's what you're choosing. Okay, another card from the surrender deck. This is producing good messages. Ooh, surrender unhealthy relationships. This is so essential on the twin flame journey, hands down. I can't stress this enough. Oh my God. And the reason being, let me tell you a story, is I grew up with some pretty unhealthy relationships in my life. And it really consumed my life. The things I learned about life, the things that I were taught about life were very fear-based, were very poverty-based, were very fear and unloving based. And I'm talking about my biological family. And, nothing wrong with what people choose. Anyway, the first time that I actually manifested my twin flame, first time I met him in the physical, because I didn't know him until a certain point, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I didn't know him before I started healing, consciously healing. I actually met him after I started consciously healing separation. Some people have already met the twin flame before they become aware of twin flames. Anyway, getting to the point, I chose to set a boundary with my biological family, which was creating problems in my life, particularly, not everyone, particularly parental figures. And when I did that, that was when my twin flame entered my life. And it's because I chose to leave fear. I chose to have a boundary of fear. I chose to pursue love. I chose to support my love at all costs, no matter what that meant. No matter if that meant letting go of unhealthy relationships. Now, I don't want to scare you. The solution is not to let go of family members. It's just maybe, it's reaching someone who needs to hear it. You only need to let go of unhealthy relationships that are close if it's absolutely critical for the health of your emotional, spiritual, mental, physical well-being. So you're going to learn a lot about boundaries and letting go of unhealthy relationships. I could talk about this honestly forever. I didn't know I had so much to say about this, but unhealthy relationships take up energy in your life and they consume your space. They consume your peace. They consume your effectiveness in your life, your productivity, your mental state. And that's going to consume the space where your twin flame is meant to be. You and your twin flame can only exist together in peace and in harmony. And if there's all of this negative energy pulling on you, this toxicity pulling on you, and you're having to just constantly deal with that to get by, then there's no space in the life for you to be in harmony with your twin flame. If your life is filled with problems, which mine was, then you should be focusing on healing that within yourself and setting boundaries with those problems. And that's going to start to create the space for your twin flame to enter your life. And if you want help with that, I can help you. Pretty simple. So I've moved through it myself. All right. Let's see. Make a commitment. Exactly. That's what I did by surrendering, releasing toxic relationships because I committed to love. And that's what you have to do. I remember when I first started my twin flame journey, and I only had a relationship with my twin flame in my heart to start off with, not physically, because I hadn't met him yet. And I committed to myself and I said, I'm never going to give up on you. I choose to pursue you with all that I am, and I commit to you no matter what. And I have not stopped choosing that. I've moved through everything and I've chosen to commit. Oh, I just pulled from the other deck without even realizing it. So basically, if you don't commit, like if you move through some blocks and then you reach a challenging time and you just give up, that's not committing, right? You need to commit to love unequivocally, no matter the challenges you face. And that's why it's so important to have support. If you want to be a part of a supportive community, Facebook group, Twin Flames Universe, Open Forum, Twin Flames Universe Open Forum. That is where you're going to receive real support from a community on your twin flame journey. And also, of course, me being a certified coach, ascension coach, I can also help you. We'll pull a few more. Positive thoughts create positive results. So another thing you're going to learn on the twin flame journey is you're going to learn to have boundaries with intrusive thoughts. So there's going to be healing separation with your twin flame is really a battle between love and fear. It's a battle between God and ego. And the funny thing is, God has already won. But ego is just this annoying thing that you have to root out of your own consciousness because it has nothing better to do but to try and bother and control you. And it's not your friend. But yeah, positive thoughts create positive results. You want to create a positive space within yourself, within your mind, within your life. And that is going to be the energy that holds the space for you and your twin flame to be in harmony. Because if you have all these unpositive thoughts, these negative, bashing, fearful thoughts within yourself, that's going to be going on with your twin flame too, because you're one, and that's going to be amplified in your union. And that's why being together requires you to uproot and purify your consciousness of all of this negativity and fear. And it's not about ignoring the problem, ignoring the fear, and just being positive, right? Putting this temporary band-aid of light over your problems. It's actually about going to the places within yourself that are choosing fear and negativity and actually healing them at their root so that you don't have to experience them in your life anymore and in your vibration anymore. And at any time you heal in your union, that actually heals instantly in your twin flame because you're one. So pat on the back every time you love yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back because you're healing separation with your twin flame, and you're actually doing a service to your twin flame. You're loving them unconditionally by loving yourself. Be gentle with yourself. This is probably being one of the biggest lessons on my twin flame journey. Don't get caught on being hard on yourself on the twin flame journey. What do you want as a kid when you're having a tough time? You want someone to be gentle with you, right? When you're inferior, when you're traumatized, when you've hurt yourself, you want some gentleness. And so you're going to be facing your fears. You're going to be facing parts of yourself which you might have not looked at for a very long time. You know, subconscious things going on within yourself. And you can label those things as bad or evil or not good, or you can have guilt or shame with what you find, but that's not the approach. This is a journey of unconditional love. And so it's just a reminder to be gentle with yourself and to have unconditional love with yourself as you embark on this journey of healing. You are loved. Okay. You know, I'm having a lot of fun with this. Let's pull 2 more cards. Believe and trust. Yeah. You know, if you're on this journey, it's really important to connect with your feelings and your intuition, because that's going to show you your desire for love, your desire for your twin flame, and that's what you want to have belief and trust in. Trust in your desire for perfect love. Trust in your desire for something better than what you've been experiencing. What the world offers is not satisfying because you always have to settle in some way, right? A soulmate, you got to settle. And that's what the world teaches, right? So trust in your heart, knowing that there is a higher love for you, a perfect love that the universe created for you. Never put that knowing down. Use your imagination and you'll see the answer. I feel like, you know, God in the universe is inviting you to like partner with it, be inquisitive with it. You know, if you have questions that you want to ask God or the universe, go within and talk to God within yourself and see what God shows you through visions or images or messages, right? God's always there. The universe and love is always there to guide you, connect with you, to support you, to reassure you, to love you. And ultimately, it desires that communion with you 24/7. So it's safe to have that relationship and to start that relationship within yourself. So ultimately, that's the relationship that you're going to be healing. It's your relationship with God, your relationship with the universe, that's going to result in a healthy relationship with your twin flame. So my name is Carmel. Welcome to my channel. If this is the first time, I'm going to be back every Wednesday. I think I said, no, yeah, I'm going to be back every Wednesday. So, you know, I'll be pulling cards for your union and answering questions. Alrighty, take care. Bye.